Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back with another review. Today we are taking a look at from the Takara Transformers Legends line. This is Blurr, and for comparison I have him with its Titans Return counterpart, Deluxe Blurr. As you can see, the Takara Legends version, which is on the right, is done in more of an animation style paint scheme, while the Hasbro version is done more in the toy color scheme. Now, to be very honest with you, neither one pulls it off exactly well. Um, but the Takara version does get closer to what it's trying to do. The Takara Legends figure maintains all the interactivity with the Titan Master figure. The individual figures are painted differently. I guess you can say the Blurr version is meant to resemble more the Target Master Hyperfire, where the Takara version, since it is following Japanese continuity, is made up to look like Blurr, because this is actually Blurr and the larger robot is merely a soulless vessel. In robot mode, Takara Legends Blurr just blows the Hasbro version away, and I hardly ever say that about a Japanese version of the figure, but the colors are much more vibrant. There's much more of a difference between the blues, and it looks much more like the animation model. This figure really does look like Blurr stepped off the screen. Now, keep in mind, I fully want to admit that the colors are not as great as we saw in the promotional images, which were basically photoshopped in this. But I mean, compared to this Blurr, and which, by the way, is a fantastic mold, it it's just that the colors are so much better. You have a much more diverse color palette. I mean, this doesn't even really come close to the original toy as much as I thought it as people think it does. Joints are tighter. The little fin here on the top of the head tends to stay up a little better than on the Hasbro version. You can see how the face and such is painted a lot better, and that has to do with the overall paint scheme on the Titan Master. This really just shows the difference between pricing for a wave, which is how Hasbro does its figures, and pricing per figure, which is how Takara does their figures. As we've seen in like this quote-unquote wave of Headmaster Legends figures, you have some like Hardhead that come with an extra drone and are a bit more involved since they're one of the original Headmasters, and then you have figures like Blurr and Legend Scourge, which are just come individually, smaller packaging, a cheaper price, but have a much better paint apps than the Hasbro version. If there's one figure I'm going to recommend, it is the Takara Legends version. Pick that up. This is your old pal Chuck for Blurr and Blurr. We will see you next time.